Hi, how are you? And welcome to our very first broadcast on our daily plug in and power up. So many people have been asking me to provide them with an opportunity to sit in their chair of joy on a regular basis. So the format is going to be this. We are going to go through the Chair of Joy program process experience, and then we're going to jump into a little more about some questions that I've been hearing and kind of let you know what's happening with the Chair of Joy movement. It's absolutely been profound. The stories are incredible. And I couldn't be more excited about the possibility and the potential for people all over the world in all different categories and industries and ages and religions. And there is absolutely no judgment here, and everyone is welcome to experience the Chair of Joy. So our goal, of course, is to have 8 billion people know the Chair of Joy. And if you're listening for the very first time or this recording, just know that this is inspired and empowered by a 30-year my lifespan, really, to get us to a place of knowing a very simple cognitive strategy to help us think about what we're thinking. And I think it's important that we're self-aware and that we're working on ourselves on a daily basis. There is so much science behind this goal and the reason why we're doing this, but I'm going to leave that out for now and just jump right into the Chair of Joy experience with you. So there are 5 steps. The first one is to find your chair of joy. Locate one right now. So those of you that have been following along for a while, you know that you can stand up and go to your chair of joy if there's one across the room or outside on the deck or the stool in the kitchen or in the closet or in your car or whatever that is for you. If you don't currently have one, think about where, if you can't move right now, that's okay, but think about where one might be if you could stand up and go there in this very second. So sometimes people will pick a beach or, a bench in the woods or an island somewhere. And the answer is all of those are the right choices. And I encourage everyone to understand that having a chair of joy in their mind everywhere they go is absolutely amazing. But the physicality of actually moving to your chair of joy is the next step. So now that you've located your chair of joy, congratulations. It's a big deal. It's like getting your first kiss. So now you know where you were and what you were doing when you received your chair of joy from me. So there's lots of other people that are learning and giving, but today I'm sharing. So I get the honor of giving it to you today. So thank you very much for locating your chair of joy. Okay, perfect. Next step 2, I want you to take a deep breath. No, sorry. Next step is to sit. We actually have to sit in our chair of joy. So if you haven't already, go over and sit in it. And the idea is to settle into the chair, even if it's at your computer, right? And just let your body sort of sink into the chair. Feel the bottom of your the chair cushion or however, or the arms or whatever part of the chair that is significant to you. Maybe it's just putting your feet on the floor, wiggling your toes a little bit, and being aware of your surroundings. And that's the sit portion. So just let yourself sit there, gather up the momentum in your mind that you are taking a little break. And literally 60 seconds is all it takes to do the chair of joy. It might be a little bit longer today because I'm explaining it a little bit more for people that are new. But so there you are. You're located your chair of joy. You're sitting in your chair of joy. And our third step is we're going to take a deep breath. So take a deep breath with me. And again. And I welcome and invite you to close your eyes through this process because it's just nice to get rid of the outside distractions. And I think it's all the noise and thoughts that are going through our mind. The number of thoughts that go through our mind is absolutely incredible. How many things we think about on a regular basis. So just let that all fall to the ground. Let's take 5 deep breaths. 2. And I really want you to get yourself present right now and get into the moment of feeling this joy. Like, seriously, allow your shoulders to drop, roll your neck, and feel present with me. And give yourself, again, pat on the back for taking a moment to take a few deep breaths during the day. 4, and one more. Deep breath in. 5. Perfect. And then the third step, I want you to think about a moment of joy. This is the most exciting one for me, is to put yourself in an actual video in your mind's eye if you can. So I want you to tap into a moment of joy of your own life. So it could have happened this morning or yesterday or last week, or when you were a little person, an award or a festival, something, a fishing trip with grandpa, or, a round of applause, or any of those things, of something that just gave you great joy. And find that little story as best you can right now. And there's no wrong answers. If you're like, I don't know, I just think there's so much going on, I don't even know if I have a moment of joy. Think about cleaning the kitchen sink, or how that feels, or taking a long nap and how that feels. Those are all perfect opportunities to reflect on. So think about your moment of joy, whatever that is. Step into the movie. And I want you to just expand that movie a little bit. See who's there, what's going on, and embrace the fact that it feels really good. Maybe it's cookies you were making and they came out of the oven and your kids are like, oh, so good. Or maybe it was a rainbow on a sunny afternoon that came out after a short rain, and you see it, maybe even a double rainbow. Right. And that's the next step, is to expand that into your body, that feeling of that, what's possible to create, and what can I see for the people that are in the memory that we can even expand upon. And let that just roll through your body. And that's step 5, is to feel it in your body. And this is the neuroscience of it all, is to just take a moment to feel this joy in your body. Feel it all the way from your head to your toes. And let it expand. I often just go like this with my fingers on the back of my neck and let that moment roll through my body. And I want you to see those people, if there's any people in that vision for you today, is see yourself going over or sending an email or calling them and giving them a hug, or a virtual hello, or a text message that says, I've been thinking about you today. I just wanted you to know I was thinking about you. And you can tell them the story of the chair of joy if you would like. But just add a little special gift to another person today by letting them know you were thinking of them, which is, of course, an extension of the chair of joy, and to know what's possible in the world. And your last deep breath, and come back and open your eyes whenever you're ready. Awesome! So I don't know about you, but that felt really good for me. And I appreciate the opportunity to sit with you today and go through the chair of joy experience. So again, it's just 5 steps, and I'm not about keeping this a secret. I want everyone on the planet to learn this and be able to do it in 60 seconds. I have some videos on the homepage of JOYELY that you can watch if you want, that I take you through a business situation, a relationship situation, a frantic, overwhelmed situation, and lots of ways that you can use the chair of joy. And of course, we have our VIP membership, and people can jump in for that. We have our corporate trainings, and lots of ways that we can implement this to produce more productivity and profitability for business owners, etc. But that's for another day. So go ahead and hang out with me a little bit longer if you'd like. I just want to share a short message about a couple of things, and I'm happy if you stay. I'm really, really happy if you stay. I'd be absolutely honored if you were to stay here with me and continue on with this conversation. So I wanted to just bring up a couple of things about my journey, and let you know why I've decided to do a live broadcast every day at noon. And it isn't because I like to see myself on camera, for sure, because that is not what this is about at all. What it is that many people, I have a problem. I'll just call it a struggle, a challenge, if you will. And as I've been reflecting over the last month or so, this same situation I'm talking about that most of us have started coming up for me. And I want to see if you can guess what that is. So it's just the thing that's I didn't realize really has to be at the top of the list of what to work on to get us to all of our goals and to have this productivity and profitability that we're talking about. And so here's mine. When I was a little girl, I was a bright, excited, enthusiastic, like much like I am now. It took a little bit of a journey to get back here, but I was all of that. I remember myself being so vivacious and full of life and full of giggles and laughter. And then one day I wasn't. And I don't really know what that process or what took all that away. I could blame alcoholism. I could blame the USA's acceptance of corporal punishment. I could blame my brother who threw a baseball at me and hit me right in the center of my nose. And I was disfigured for most of my life. I did hence fix that nose. Or the bullies at school. I could go on and on. But what happened to me, I realized, is that I started feeling this incredible amount of uncertainty about what I was about anymore, who I was, and where was my voice, and what was this about. And so the unfolding of this daily check-in is not only to work on this issue of, ready, drum roll, it's confidence. 85%, and I don't have the study right in front of me, but basically say that 85% of people worldwide have some sort of insecurity or uncertainty or question what it is that we do on a daily basis. And it's just because of all those things I just mentioned while we're growing up, or the judgment, or the self-criticism of ourselves, or the self-sabotage, or all the reasons. I don't want to get into all of that, but basically we want to get back to it. We want to get to plugging in and profitability. And so I want to invite you to join me every day, because we're going to be getting to this focus on confidence, and we use the chair of joy to do that. So confidence, again, is the state of feeling certain about the truth of something. So let me say that again: the state of feeling certain about the truth of something. So as it pertains to your life, you are feeling self-assurance arising from one's appreciation of your own abilities and qualities. And so there you have it. And then I'm happy to coach anyone through this next part, but this took a couple of months to get to. Is I figured out what were the things that gave me the most confidence. So I've tried all 8 of these things at different times of my life, and I realized that they all are very important pieces to building my confidence. And so as I go down the road of this next year, or however long I decide to do, I don't want to commit to any one thing, but life is ebb and flow, right? But my goal is to be with you at noon every single day, noon Central Time, to go through the Chair of Joy experience, and then to give you a little insight into what's going on with the rest. So here are my top 8 tools, or 8 methods to get to confidence using the Chair of Joy. Number 1 is nutrition. So I've always been in between a steady weight of 160 to 170 most of my life. I remember kind of weaving in and out of that, and felt pretty good. And I was very health conscious and very supportive of a family business that was in the health industry. So that's nutrition has always been really important to me. Exercise, obviously, I love being outside, ebb and flow with that as well. Sometimes I'm committed, sometimes I'm not, sometimes I'm all in, sometimes I ride 100 miles, sometimes I, don't participate at all in anything for a year, right? There's that. I don't think I've been to the gym since before this last 2 weeks for like 2 years. Variety. I know for me, for my confidence, and when I feel my absolute best, I've got to have a lot of variety in my life. Lots of ebb and flow, go try this, go there, take a new turn, a new hairdo, like all those things. I love, love, love variety. And if I get stagnant or stuck in a rut, I can tell that I'm starting to doubt myself and get into a worry, stressful place. Passion and goals. This is huge to me. I am so passionate about the Chair of Joy and what it's done for me over the years. And I cannot wait to share it with 8 billion people on the planet. One chair at a time, obviously. That's why I'm doing this now. But passion is so, so important to me. So that's a huge thing for my confidence, is when I'm paying attention to that. Next is environment. Environment is, oh, this is big for me, is I love to build fires. I love to be by the water. I love to go for walks in the woods. So those things are kind of around me right now, but not really, not how I sort of see it unfolding completely. More about that later. Healthy daily routine. Again, have spent all kinds of different ways of adapting and adopting all the principles out there. And for me now, it's regulating the time to get up in the morning, the time to exercise, the time to take a drink of my carrot juice, which I absolutely love. Let's do that now. Yum, carrot juice, lemon, a little apple, and some cucumber, I think was in there, a little cucumber. And then the next part is, the next one is the daily joy that I have in my Chair of Joy. So whether I actually am participating in something, a golf game, or, in my garden, or I don't have a garden right now, but I used to spend a lot of time in my garden, or drawing. My granddaughter and I love to draw. So whatever that, if I'm not actually participating in something, I actively look for it, or I make sure that I'm incorporating those moments of joy in my Chair of Joy all day long. And the next and last is my relationships, that they're solid, that I have communications going with friends and family. And if you know me at all, you probably know that I dip in and dip out of many things. And so I will be in touch with many people and all in for a period of time, and then I won't be, because I've just got just this confidence issue. Let's just go with that. Or I'm feeling really great about how things are going, and then I'm not. So anyway, confidence is something that I'm excited to continue to work on for all of us. And if you're fitting any one of these, if your staff or your employees are kind of falling down, or not in ease and flow during the day, or finding themselves overwhelmed or chaotic, I invite you all to come in to the Chair of Joy experience on a daily basis at noon Central Time every single day, because we are going to build this community together. And by the way, Brittany from a TEDx talk that I watched and was an inspiration for this talk today, she's amazing, and I'll put that link in the bottom. She says that that we can bring our confidence up using creativity and giving ourselves permission, and belonging to a community. And I couldn't agree more, Brittany. If you're watching this, bless your heart for doing that. What a beautiful video. Congratulations. I think there's like 100,000 views or something like that, or more. I really appreciate her stories and her conversation, that basically she said, we can't all live joyfully if we're not doing it ourselves. And if there are other people suffering in the world, then we need to do our part to get to them. And I know the Chair of Joy has the expansive properties and tenacity and power behind it, as a metacognitive strategy to help us think about what we think about, so that we can think about the things that support us, so that we can feed our right brain to our left brain and get us activated into what matters most on a daily basis. And for me, it's being in the state of joy, living joyly, I call it. A lot of people get to joy in and out during the day, like I have over the years. And now we want to elevate that, myself included, elevate that to how do we live joyly together more often. I call it living joyly because it's an expansion of the word joy, right? It's something that instead of going in and out so much, that we actually can stay there at that level using the Chair of Joy by sitting, breathing, thinking, feeling in our Chair of Joy. So that got a little long today, but I wanted to give a little background, so anybody who might pop in and pay attention to what's going on, that they will come back to video 1 and see what's going on. So just lots of stats about measurements for me, for my nutrition, what I've been doing exercise wise. I've been taking lots of videos and pictures, and I'm really 2 weeks into this process of starting, and I didn't have the confidence to come in and show you all of that footage that was like getting up in the morning and scratching my head and all of that. So I just want to be real. I want to be vulnerable. I want to be honest. I want to be open. I want to be here for you. And I want you to come on this journey with me. I think I think the global mental health crisis in our world doesn't have to be a crisis if we all have a chair of joy. And I truly believe that, hands down, when we all have the ability to know and experience the chair of joy, as well as be able to share it with others, our world will be, or already is starting to be, a completely different environment. So I invite you again to be part of the Chair of Joy movement, and let me know how I can help you. Let me know how I can, anything I talked about in this video or any video from here on out, I welcome the invitation to have a conversation with you. So you know where to find me. You can go to joyely.com. There's a contact page. I'm pretty sure all my email and phone and everything is there. I'm not hiding, and I want people to know that I want to turn this world yellow and white. So yes, we have black and white on a lot of things. We have a lot of diversity, a lot of separation and division. We want to bring that together, not a red and blue, black and white, but just a splash of yellow and white. Like, why not have a party of yellow and white? Why not put our yellow and white t-shirt on our volunteers that are helping out in situations across the country? So that's what I see. I have a lot more about my vision, and the vision that all of our team has brought up and elevated with and expanded for all of you. I would not be here if it wasn't for Jen and Mike and Cherie and John and Virju and Michelle and Kim and Therese and Shelly and Cheryl and Cheryl Vargas and Nicole, Trevor. I mean, I could go on and on. There's just been so many people. I feel like I'm at an awards show, and yeah, I love giving out awards. We love giving out our White Diamond Awards at our J hours every Monday. So I invite you to tap in, check out what we're doing over here at JOYELY, and let's continue the conversation. Guess what? Tomorrow at noon Central. Take care, everybody. Have a great day, and do sit in your chair of joy a lot today. That would be phenomenal. Sit, breathe, think, and feel.